Hey everyone, and welcome back to Beam and Board. It's been a busy week in the shop, so I just wanted to take a few minutes and recap some of the things that have been going on behind the scenes. So one of the things I worked on this week was getting the laser set up to engrave tumblers. It's been a couple of years since I've done that, so just wanted to kind of dive back into that again. Takes a little bit to get it set up, but once it was set and dialed in, I ran a few of these tumblers and I think they turned out really nice. And I've also been working on a order for a custom made cutting board. This one's one that's going to have an engraving on it, and it's not quite finished yet. Still have a little work to do on it. Need to round the corners and chamfer the edges, but it's most of the way finished. Hope to have that one done in the next week, and I'll share some pictures of the completed project once it's done. Another fun project I've been working on this week is refinishing some signs I made about 6 to 7 years ago. They came into the shop actually looking pretty rough, but after some work, some time with a wire brush, some time with a sander, got them back down to some good wood, and really didn't take much effort. These are made of sapele. Really happy with the finish on them, really happy with how well they've held up for 7 years of direct weather. These sit outside, they're a road sign, they're actually attached to a wagon wheel. And they've held up really well and did not take a lot to refinish them. So real excited with how they're turning out. Both of these signs, I'll show the other one here. Both of these signs, I made them by hand. As you can see, I've got a little mistake here, a little runoff that happened. And just is what it is. This is one of the first signs I made using a router. I traced it by hand, and it was just a fun project to do. And it's been good to be able to take the time to see these refinish well, and excited to get those back where they belong. I also ran a bunch of laser cut items this week just to build an inventory. Some things like some Christmas ornaments, some more of the pine signs that I've made and listed on the Etsy shop. These little post holders, these set on the middle of your table. Hold a little sign that goes inside of them. Of course, I can't get this one out, but these are replaceable inserts that go with them. And just put together an inventory. And all of that got stocked at a local ice cream shop called Lickidy Split. And we just heard that we had our first sale there this week. And that's really some great news for the shop. So I'm just gonna keep checking in with them and building up inventory to replace the items that move. Something else that happened this week was I had my first digital product sale on Etsy. On one of the previous YouTube videos, I had a comment asking if I would be willing to sell the SVG file for these coaster sets, these guitar pick coaster sets. And I had the SVG file kind of formatted just in the way I would use it, but not really packaged for sale. So I took some time at the beginning of this week, studied up on how to put that together into a zip file, package it nice and clean, and put it together so I could sell it on Etsy. But that's kind of an exciting direction, because it's one of the things that I wanted to do with the shop is get into the digital creation. I like to make a lot of my own stuff, and to be able to sell those files as well, not just make all these products and try to sell them, but give other makers an opportunity to use some of the designs and some of the ideas that I come up with and incorporate them into their builds. So it's definitely been a busy week. We've had a lot happening here, and really had some good progress this week. And I also wanted to share just a quick update. I'm heading back to part-time employment this week. Now that's probably gonna slow me down just a little bit on creating videos and new projects, but I'm definitely not stopping with what I'm doing here. Beam and Board is still moving forward, but just gotta find some better balance in my life right now. Honestly, I've been living off of savings for a little bit, and just really need to do what makes sense. And I mentioned in the very first video that this channel would record the progress as Beam and Board moves forward. The story hadn't been told yet, and this is part of it, but I have no intention of stopping with it. It might slow down just a little bit in this phase. as I work to secure income that's needed to continue to provide for my family. But this shop is still a goal for me, even if it remains a hobby or a side hustle, so to speak, or if it ever becomes a full-time gig. This is still what I want to do, and I'm going to try to be here and share this with you all along the way. So I want to say thank you for all the support, all the comments, the encouragement, those who have purchased either locally or from my shop. Just thank you for what you've done. It really means a lot to me. And I'll see you soon with more from the shop.